I'm Richard Clarke. I record these talks every day as a way to deepen my inquiry. Listen each day and deepen your own practice. Welcome. I'm reviewing and commenting on the book Talks with Sri Ramana Maharshi. Today is from Talk 363, Part 4. Questioner: how did the ego arise? Maharshi: ego is not. Otherwise, do you admit of two selves? How can there be avidya in the absence of the ego? If you begin to inquire, the avidya, which is already non-existent, will be found not to be, or you will say that it is fled away. Ignorance pertains to the ego. Why do you think of the ego and also suffer? What is ignorance again? It is that which is non-existence. However, the worldly life requires the hypothesis of avidya. Avidya is only our ignorance and nothing more. It is ignorance or forgetfulness of the self. Can there be darkness before the sun? Similarly, can there be ignorance before the self-evident and self-luminous self? If you know the self, there will be no darkness, no ignorance, and no misery. It is the mind which feels the trouble, misery, etc. Darkness never comes nor goes. See the sun, and there is no darkness. Similarly, see the self, and avidya will be found not to exist. In this dialogue, the questioner is asking about the nature of ego. Ramana Maharshi responds with deep insights into the illusory nature of the ego and the root cause of ignorance. The questioner asks, how did the ego arise? The Maharshi's response challenges the very existence of the ego. He says, ego is not. Otherwise, do you admit of two selves? Here, Ramana is suggesting that the idea of ego creates a false duality, implying the existence of one to know and another to be known, which contradicts the non-dual nature of reality expressed in Advaita Vedanta. The Maharshi then deals with the concept of avidya, ignorance, and its relation to ego. He questions, how can there be avidya in the absence of the ego? Here, he's highlighting that ignorance is inseparable from the ego. Ego is based on the false identification as a separate individual self, rather than the true self. Continuing, Maharshi challenges the questioner to inquire deeper. He suggests that through sincere inquiry, avidya, which is inherently non-existent, will be exposed as such. Avidya is ignorance of your nature as the self. Inquiry leads to the realization that ignorance is a conceptual overlay on the inherently luminous self. Ignorance does not exist. It's just another idea and projection of the mind. Maharshi further explains that in worldly life, avidya is necessary assumption, akin to darkness assumed in the absence of the sun. Avidya is merely our forgetfulness or ignorance of the true self. Maharshi uses the analogy of darkness before the sun to illustrate this point. Just as there can be no darkness before the luminous sun, there can be no ignorance in the self, which is self-luminous and inherently aware. The Maharshi then emphasizes that the mind is where trouble and misery reside, not the true self. By turning inward and realizing the self, avidya dissolves like darkness in the presence of sunlight. Self-knowledge dispels ignorance, revealing the innate luminosity and bliss that is your true nature. This dialogue illuminates Maharshi's teachings on the illusory nature of ego, the root cause of ignorance, avidya, and the transformative power of self-inquiry leading to self-knowledge and the realization of the self as yourself. It invites you to go beyond conceptual understanding and directly experience the eternal truth of your own being. So know yourself and be always free and at peace. The book, Who Am I with Comments, is my take on these early teachings of Ramana Maharshi. It's available on Amazon, free to Kindle subscribers. A link is in the video notes. These videos bring Ramana's teachings into your direct experience. Click subscribe to see more. Click thumbs up to like, and send questions and start a dialogue with a comment